Welcome again to Ask Alan About Low Carb Cocktails. I'm glad that you joined us again today. Today that I wanted to do a cocktail that I had decided recently to make because unfortunately I ran into having COVID at the time that I'm filming this. It was a few weeks ago, and had that for actually it took me a couple weeks to get over it. Well, by that time I thought this Quarantine Order cocktail would be a great thing to have, just to have a cocktail. So just because of its name, I decided to make that. It's pretty good, and I wanted to go over that with you today and show you how to make this and to use some low carb syrups to make this a low carb version. And we'll go over that. I wanted to point out the rums that I'm going to be using for this. I'm using the Appleton Estate's 8-year reserve, or 8 reserve, I assume that's years. Yes, it's 8 years. And that's a 43% ABV rum. The original recipe called for Appleton Estate Signature. And then it called for an aged Jamaican rum. And I picked up this Myers single barrel rum. It was a local Hy-Vee that had done a store pick. It's not something that normally in Iowa they even have this. So it's something that he got into their store specifically. And although I don't like Myers dark rum, I think it doesn't have a taste that I really enjoy. But this single barrel is a very good rum. So I used that which is also a Jamaican rum. So that met the aged Jamaican rum category for the second rum to be used here. So those are the rums that I'm using. I'm also using some cinnamon dolce for the cinnamon syrup. This is from Skinny Syrups, and it is 0 calorie, 0 sugar, 0 carbs. And for the Passionfruit Syrup, Hip Syrups. I picked this up someplace. It's sugar free, so that's 0 carbs, and that takes care of the syrups. Of course, I'm using some Angostura Bitters. There's no substitute for that. Nothing you can replace for it. I don't think that it says no carbs in it, so that's not an issue. But they also have Angostura liqueur, which probably has some carbs in it. But regardless, that's everything in this that I can tell has no carbs. So we're going to go forward with this, and looks like it's going to be a 0 carb version of a Quarantine Order. So to make this, start off with a shaker with ice. And because I don't, normally it says strain into a fresh glass with fresh ice, I'll just use the ice that I'm shaking it with, just because I don't see a reason to waste the ice. So of both of the rums, it's 1.5 ounces. And if you've got Appleton Signature, which is their entry level, that'll work fine. I don't happen to have that, so I'm using the one that I've got. And this Myers single barrel is pretty good, but just find another Jamaican rum. You may not specifically find this. This was actually pretty inexpensive too. It's just really good, and it only cost less than $18. And it's great when you can find a good tasting rum that does not cost an arm and a leg. Then you have 1 ounce of lime juice. And 1 ounce of grapefruit juice. And I'm using this Old Orchard Healthy Balance. Normally I buy an Ocean Spray diet red grapefruit juice, which has the same content as far as carbs, 2 carbs for 8 ounces. So for 1 ounce, that's a quarter of a gram of carbs. I'm sorry, this is 1 ounce, so it's a half of a, no, it's a quarter. It's hard, shouldn't be doing math in my head. So those are the 2 juices. And then there is a 1/2 ounce of cinnamon syrup. And this cinnamon dolce, I used to use Starbucks cinnamon dolce, but they quit making it. They had a no sugar version, so I had to get this instead, and this tastes very good. Definitely worth getting. You kind of have to buy it directly from them. I found a lot of their syrups may be able to be found on Amazon, but a lot of them aren't. So you may have to go directly to them to get that. And then this Passionfruit Syrup, 1/2 ounce of that. Then the Angostura Bitters, but you could add this on top, but I'll just put 5 dashes. I'll just put that in so that that bitter taste gets mixed in with the drink, which I think is better. So I think that's everything. So once you add this, there's an option to either shake this. I think that when I made this before, I used crushed ice, because I think crushed ice is what it's supposed to be. But sorry, I didn't make the crushed ice this time. So what you're supposed to do is shake it on crushed ice and then use that ice in the drink, or put it into a blender and flash blend it. I didn't do that. I could get out the blender and do that, but that's more effort. So you should use crushed ice to do this the right way, but in the video I don't happen to have that handy. So shake that up. Kind of shake it hard. Maybe I'll break up the ice a little bit. And then you add that to a tiki glass or a cocktail glass. So then you add whatever garnish you think is best for your drink. And there you have Quarantine Order. So again, this has no medicinal purposes other than making you feel a little bit better after drinking it. But something that I think that, sure, might as well. If you're otherwise not well, this should pick up your spirits. Definitely tastes good. A nice tiki drink to have on one of those days that you're not don't feel the greatest, but want to lift yourself up. I hope you will try this, try it, and enjoy this cocktail. And I ask that you like and subscribe to the channel, like the video, share this with your friends, trying to help to build this community. But one of the things you can also do to help me out quite a bit is to provide comments letting me know, do you like the content that I'm providing? Do you want to see something different? If you think that something's off or not right, then let me know and I'll try to address that. I want to make this as good as possible for you so that you can grow and learn how to make cocktails and not have to miss out on what everybody else gets to have, but you get to have them as well when you have a need for a low carb cocktail. Of course, if you don't have that issue, if you still are able to drink as much sugar as you want, then don't use the low carb versions of the syrups in yours. And it'll make it taste maybe even a little sweeter, although these taste pretty sweet. So it's a great cocktail, whether you're doing it the low carb way or not, and I think that you all will enjoy that. So again, like and subscribe, share with your friends, comment with your likes and dislikes and what I can do to make this better. And join us again next time on Ask Alan about low carb cocktails. See you again, and be safe.